Now it sounds pretty harsh when I say Dendro ruined Genshin Impact, right? But there's some truth to it, so bear with me here. You could also say that Dendro changed Genshin Impact completely, and I cannot be the only one that thinks that way. Since the release of the Dendro Element, the game feels way easier and kinda less challenging as well. I'm a day one Genshin Impact player. I was there, I witnessed all the banners, all the characters that changed the meta, like Yelan, Raiden, Bennett, Cookie, Hutao, whatever. And I also want to mention that this is the POV of someone who spends money on the game. Free-to-play players, I'm sorry, I spend money. I know you're probably all using Dendro right now, and you're having the time of your lives. And I will sound stupidly nostalgic right now. And I even remember before Dendro was out, I was doing the Raiden Shogun boss fight, choosing the level 80 boss fight. And when Dendro came out, that completely changed. When I heard Dendro, the new element is coming out soon, adding new elemental reactions, actually a lot of them, I was extremely happy hearing this. Because one of my favorite things about Genshin Impact, I think it's one of the biggest parts that make it such an amazing game, is the elemental reaction system. The Dendro element adding literally a lot of damage to some elements that were a little bit lacking. Back in the days, Electro and Hydro were a little bit struggling in comparison to other elements, but adding the Bloom reactions that explode now with really high damage numbers was literally a dream come true for a lot of players. The first weeks, I actually had a blast, just one-shotting everything in the open world, just by using Hyper Bloom, Virgin and Bloom teams. And I'm not gonna lie, the fun is still there, but after a few weeks I realized something. Something has changed dramatically. I started not depending on character damage as much anymore, because everything just dies because of explosions from the seeds on the ground. And it felt like you can play any character now and stuff still dies, as long as you have a Dendro character and someone who triggers the explosions. And this is kind of a bad and a good thing. Knowing you can put any of your benched characters in your team now sounds like a lot of fun. You can even play with a full support team now, or a full healer team, and still manage to destroy bosses with that. By just building elemental mastery characters. Like you can literally just stand there and everything dies around you, like this. Does this look like a happy gameplay person? And I did not even talk about the Lost Paradise artifact set that buffs the Bloom damage even more. But here's the bad thing. It also takes the value of your hard-farmed artifacts that you had in the past. Or more like all the effort that you had in building your characters for years before Dendro came out, making them less valuable. Now, I don't want to sound too harsh on this. I love the Dendro element, and I don't even want it to be nerfed. I kind of wish I had like the POV of a free-to-play player right now, or like someone that is a low spender, because I would really appreciate your comments here. If you're a low spender or free-to-play player, how did the Dendro element affect your gameplay? Are you having an easier time now? I would probably guess so. So yeah, Dendro alone made the game already super different, changing the meta completely. You can see it in the Abyss stats. Almost everyone is using Nahida in the newest Abyss. It speaks for itself. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. Dendro already changed the game completely. But then another thing happened. Nahida appeared. A new challenger. She broke the game even more than it already was with the Dendro element. Nahida gives you multiple Dendro reactions and even adds a lot of damage just with her elemental skill. Sometimes critting for like 50 to 60k damage just with her Tri-Karma ability. And this is just overkill, I feel like. I also want to add here, one of the most broken constellations in Genshin Impact is Nahida's C2. Which makes Bloom reactions crit. So if you ever wondered what is the best character to pull for in the game and which character you should get multiple copies of, if you're struggling, you should go definitely for Nahida. Just keep in mind that this could make the game too easy. And yes, I'm one of these people. I have a Constellation 2 Nahida. Sometimes I crit with like 80k Hyper Blooms, and it's something else, I'm telling you. Let's just say everything dies too quickly now. Of course, you can say, just play something else than Dendro. But every time I do that, it just feels like I could be doing just way more damage with a Dendro character if I just add one of these. And right now, I literally force myself to not use Nahida because she just makes the game just look like a playground. So yeah, I just wanted to share this opinion of mine that Dendro kinda ruined the balance of the game. I think the balance of the game before Dendro was kinda better, a little bit more challenging, which is my type of game. I like challenges in games, you know? And I'm also really curious about a statistic that I have not seen yet. How many people are clearing Abyss Floor 12 now, before and after Dendro came out? Because I feel like a lot of free-to-play players having their time of their life right now, clearing every Abyss floor is super easy. Because Dendro Traveler is also a super strong unit now. And now also with Alhaitham, I think a lot of people realize if you pair Nahida plus Alhaitham, you can barely play Alhaitham because everything is just dying so quickly. If you want to see how much damage they do together, check out my video about Alhaitham's teams. And you can also see it in the banner sales that Dendro is really dominating the charge. Of course, it's Nahida, it's an Archon. Raiden Shogun is still the #1 banner. Nahida is up there. So yeah, guys, if you're struggling in the game right now, which I would be curious if you are right now, definitely save up for Nahida's rerun, which is probably gonna happen pretty soon, I guess. And you're gonna see a huge difference in your gameplay. And yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. If you watched this far, I really do appreciate it for watching. And now it's your turn. I want to know, what is your feedback about the Dendro Element? Do you think it makes the game too easy? Tell me that in the comments. I'm gonna try to read all of them. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, and to see more content, make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.